All, all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles to my path to liberation of nations, may they experience happiness, be separate from suffering decisively. I raise to look them in the still ones, surpass perfect, complete precious of Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those create obstacles on my path to liberation of nations. May they experience happiness, be separate from suffering decisively. I raise to look them in the still ones, surpass perfect, complete precious of Buddhahood. The Lord don't worry, Zibe, no worry, Zibe, Tarva dam jin jimbe barde ju bare zeba dam je zo zepe mananga dan yambe zenjen dam je dewa dan den dongara dan dar nyorde lana meva yanda bare zobe zanjo rumbo je do bare za. Thus, under achieving enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. Under death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and mind. From now under this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. We take refuge in the Khandarula mind and lineage lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas or yadams. We take refuge in the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dhakas, Dhakinis, and the Dhamma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of a Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embodied enlightened mind and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to complete the stage of the path. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in calamity, free from attachment and aversion. I bow down respectfully with my body, speech, and faith for mine to all Tathangatas in the 10 directions. Those who have already reached the Tathangata state, those who are reaching it at present, and those Tathangata state to come. Through the power of Samantabhara's prayers, may all Buddhas manifest into my mind. I prostrate to them, multiply in my body as many times as there are atoms of the earth. In each atom visualize as many Buddhas as there are atoms surrounded by countless Bodhisattvas. Thus all space is filled with Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. I praise all Buddhas through manifesting, chanting, expressing the great ocean of the excellent qualities. To all the Buddhas I make offerings of arrows, pure flowers, flower garlands of music, anointing oils, manifesting light and fragrant incense. I make offering to them of fine garments of perfume and purple, for the highest moon meru, and orange the most beautiful way. I visualize the highest and most extensive offerings and offer them with great faith to all Buddhas. I prostrate to Buddhas and make offering to them following the deeds of the great Bodhisattva Samantabhadra. I confess to you, Buddhas, whatever negative actions I have committed due to the power of anger, desire, and ignorance. I rejoice in the merit of all the Buddhas and the 10 directions of great Bodhisattvas and the Pakshika Buddhas. Those who have attained Aharaship, those who have entered the path of Aharash and all other beings. I recourse to all the great protectors and the Buddhas to turn the highest level of Dharma as the light dispelling the darkness of beings in the 10 directions, and then leading them gradually to enlightened states. I supplicate those Buddhas intending passing into Nirvana to living long for as many eons as they are atoms of the earth, in order to benefit all beings. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these I dedicate. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and strewed with the flowers. It is adorned with the meadow, the spring mountain, the four continents, and the sun and the moon. As the Buddha fair offer it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fairs. To the Lama who possesses the Tirikayas, I offer altar in all the sacred offerings with my body, worth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization and enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through postrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseech, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all these are dedicated. Om Guru Rana Mandala Panzamanga Samanda Savar Samaya Hong. I call refuge on the name of the world. Your friend provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor of Jadara without doubt. Avoid the fate of Father Jitisongo. Country nothing with no one but you. Compassion and grant your blessings. Dispel darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of the mind. Please turn the way of the Dharma of the true vehicles and the combination according to disposition, and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. The long press to Manjushri, we do the Tibetan Kanga, Loji, Dimnya, Dandara, Nyadara, Namdai, Rabzarwa, Jenye, Dongen, Jijen, Zizar, Nyeja, Doga, Lungwam, Zeng, Kandai, Zibe, Zonra, Mare, Menzer, Dongar, Jizerwe, Roso gen la je darze yen lai zhu je yan den song. Ro tar je roi nye mo nye long le je ya ro don ze je. Ma re men sar dong ar nyu ge je nye jun ze ra de nang. Do ne da jen zab jen da zen yon den le zo. Jarseka Jata Jatan Juni Jindre Dalo Mensa Julande Om Arapazanade 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 Om Wange Shorama 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 Om Wange Shorama. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel darkness of worldly ignorance, are posted before you and praise you, Manjushri. Yunna Galen Jangwai Bo Yi Xie Zhong Me Ra Den Ba Jiden De Mo Men Sar Wan Jiang Bar Yang La San Zar Du. Okay, next. Yesterday we shared the screen, right? So everybody okay to share the screen?
Yes, Kempo. It was good.
Okay. Tangge doje jaje reisen dong yenje medo deje bunjong ba zerje lembo dabre jibe ge jaje jabe jala ge zanze doje jaje de lo naro tang Marpa Malai Jija Gambo Baba Mojaba Yarwa Indigom Begaja Lama Nalai Zorwande Romain Jija Yanja Vodan Nid Zom Zanje Ganja Mowoi Ransem Juga Mozom Donze Bezave Lame Jala Zorwande. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so we are today here, and yesterday I shared with you Shamata focus with the object. So then also we practice yesterday a little bit with mindful meditation and Shamata focus with the object. So today I'm going to share with you Shamata with the focus on the breath. The Shamata meditation has these two main sections: focus with the object, focus with the breath. So some people very easy to focus with the breath. Some people very easy to focus with the object. Some people focus with both are either very easy. Another one is both are not easy. So everything is depending individual. So the shamatha, the point is meditation. We have to use to, practice again and again. Have to use to. So long as you used to, then everything's easy. Of course, if you're not used to, then everything's very hard. So you knows like when you learn the driver lesson, when you drive the car, the first step not easy. You think you can't do. And also when you drive on the road, so many other cars comes, you are nervous, maybe not comfortable. So that means like we are not used to driving, right? Beginning, first time, not easy. Then you are slowly used to drive the car and you go in the road more comfortable, more relaxed. And then you can see many cars. So not that nervous. It's okay. Let many cars there in the road is okay, nothing problem. And then you go to used to more and you can go to highways. And then you can drive very fast and many cars. So or become easy. So you have a ability or understand how to drive to on the highways, many cars without nervous, without uh, difficult anything, I think. So same, when we meditate, just shamatha meditation, any meditation, first we are not used to, so that's why everything is very hard, not easy. So we have to create a habituate, karmic imprints, have to use to it. So that's why it's called meditation. Meditation means habituate. So the long as you are very used to, very good practicing shamatha, focus with the breath, focus with the object, the other all meditation are not that hard, very easy. So long as you know how to drive the car, then you can drive like bigger cars, trucks. Even you go to drive the bus, also, you have more comfortable, and you understand how to drive. So same, Long as you know how to meditate, this is vipassana, Shamata, means especially Shamata here. Then this meditation helps. All meditation is become more easy, simple, not that hard. So long as we don't know how to meditate shamatha, then other all the meditations are very hard, not easy. So this shamatha meditation is very basic, grown, and also the preliminary meditation for vipassana and mahamudra. So long as you know shamatha meditation, then you can go into vipassana. Also, you have ability to go in vipassana, mahamudra meditation. Even you practice yadam deity, visualize. So long as you know shamatha meditation, visualize also more stable. And we don't know how to meditate shamatha. If we don't, even we know how to meditate shamatha, but we don't use to, we don't have create habituate, then visualize yadam deity is very hard, not that easy, because we know our minds is so much the it's speed, like even moments like going so much, and the most fast speed is like our mind. The mind is most fast speed than in this internet. So mind is, I think, is more fast than this. So, well, so that's why, without the shamatha meditation, visualizing yadam deity, going to meditate vipassana, that all is shaking, not stable. Even we know how to do, but not stable. So that's why shamatha is very simple, easy meditation. But the hardest, of course, we have to create, habituate and used to. That is the hardest. So that's why we, using this object and using object, and we have to practice often and often. The using object, this tool right now, yesterday we focus with object, focal object. Now focus with this on the breath. This tool is called support meditation. Support means like we are not independent meditator. We are still rely on support. So that's why using support is author object, like mind resting, focus object. And the object helps your mind not go all over the place. So mind be in the present, be there. So we have to use to that again and again. Long as you use to that, every moment, every place, wherever you are, you can always find the short moment time to focus, mind focus, and mind is resting. Even like moments you can do. So doesn't matter where you are actually. Even you are in the drive of the car, even you are in your office, even you are in your bedroom, and wherever you are. So as long as you used to how to meditate, focus with object, and then you can, mind just even moments like focus object resting. So we have to create that habituate. If we don't create that habituate, then whenever we have a time to meditate, but we don't have an opportunity or always lose that our the meditation, time, or we lose the opportunity time for always losing. The reason is because another is we don't have enough mind for and other is we don't used to the focus with object. Long as you are used to focus with object, we always have time to meditate actually. When you know, doesn't matter where you are, just I mentioned about, you just see some object, my resting moment and the moment, if create that habituate again and again. So that's where it's like we can become, you know, or shamatha meditator or, you know, practitioner. So, or in this kind of time, you know, I mean, the generation time, very hard to like stay in the caves, solitary place, like monthly meditating shamatha. So everything's so busy, and then this social media, many distractions, so many distractions. So we live with this uh, distraction, and we have to use fun time ourselves for meditate. So we need to create habituate. Long as we have a habituate, then nothing hard, always have something opportunity to meditate. You know, every single phenomena, every single object actually really supporting our meditation. So we have to recognize, have to take that opportunity, you know, use the every single phenomena object, you know, so using for object of meditation. Then in today in the case, shamatha with the focus on the breath. So this one is very powerful, shamatha focus with the breath. You know, when we have a thoughts, so that you recognize thoughts, the right moment, your mind bring back with the focus with the breath. All these thoughts is naturally disappeared. You don't know why they goes, because your mind is be with the breath. And long as your mind is be with the breath, all the thoughts is naturally disappear. So thoughts is the same as a cloud. Our mind is the same as a space. And then the fixation become very strong. Fixation arise, you know, your thoughts. Then emotion arise, the same as like clouds create rain and thunders. So without clouds, so then cannot create rain and thunderstorms. Same, you know, without thoughts cannot create emotions. So that's why, you know, first thoughts appear to the mind. Same is like, you know, clouds appear to in the space. And then mind fixation, grasping to thoughts become, you know, same is the clouds is become changed to more black color and create thunders, rains, like, you know, snows. So that is the same, you know, like thoughts create all the emotions. And when mind resting with the breath or focus with the object, actually focus with the breath is the second step, actually more, I mean, powerful than focus with external visual objects. So the mind and the breath is very strong connections. So when your mind focus resting with the breath, then, you know, like mind is go same as like space. The thoughts like naturally disappear, same as like clouds disappear through in the space. The thoughts, the clouds disappear to the space that cannot create the thunder, rain, you know, snows. Same, and all these thoughts is disappear into the nature, you know, the mind, and then cannot create the emotions. So that's why this shamatha meditation step is very powerful, so much benefit, very simple, very easy, and also very essential, useful. This really helps our life, less stress out. And also shamatha meditation bring peace. That's why it's like here means peace. So the bring the peace, happy is rising from within our own mind, not somewhere else. So first, do this way better. Then we go into in the text. So we use the uh, focus. Breath shamatha, and then your mind is become more relaxed, more peaceful, arise. So mind is peace, relax, happy, rising from within your own, not somewhere outside. So that's why the happiness is more uh, permanent, and the happiness is like doesn't matter wherever you go, which circumstances you be, but the happiness is always within ourselves. So the happiness, then we cannot buy any outside. So that's we have to create ourselves. Use this shamatha meditation. So shamatha meditation then bring really peaceful, happy mind, and then that of course helps in the bardo. Bardo and in this right now we're living actually is the same. So when we are right now in the living, we have to create like very strong karmic imprint habituate that arise in the bardo. So same is like when we daytime, we create, heat-related anger, attachment, desire issues, and that arise in the dream. And the daytime we create like generosity, loving kind practice that comes into the dream too. That is a karmic imprint habituate. So you take the picture and you can see that picture. So when you go to, when you take the picture, like somewhere you go to vacation, you take the picture, and then when you come back, you log to your device, you can see that picture. So same, like we creating, karmic imprint habituate. Everything is the same as taking the picture. So we create positive, spiritual generosity, and then loving kind. This mind is you create in the daytime. Then even night also you feel that your dream also more peaceful, and you have a peaceful dream, more positive dream, or it's like good dreams arise in the nighttime. And the daytime we just like something negative actions, and the nighttime also you have that dream also very heavy and more dark, and also arise suffering dreams. So same, like when right now we are in the living, so we practice shamatha, we keep mind stable and peaceful, create that peace, happiness is within our mind, so mind never die. And then the go to in the bardo, within in the bardo, so like you can recognize, you can recognize your practice, what you create habituate in the living pardo. So you when you are in the reality pardo, you recognize that. So you can recall all that practice, your support. So that's why the shamatha meditators I think is a very good GPS in the pardo. So they're not going to lost. They knows how to I think navigate the mind, follow the positive way, and skip all the negative emotion. The like negative, the terrified things in the pardo. You can skip that sections. So that's why it's a shamatha meditation. Sometimes people think this only help in this life, like maybe relax only. That also not really truth. The shamatha, of course, meditation really helps in the future lives because this all practices within your mind. So we know, so like we die means like this body is dissolved to the elements, but mind never die. So then the practice benefit quality we take into the future life. So if not future life, then the shamatha meditation or the practice of dharma is not really work, no much benefit. But shamatha meditation benefit future lives. And of course, then someone don't believe future life, the life is miserable going on something. If they use shamatha practice, they also can change the life is become more beautiful, peaceful, joyful. So long as you practice shamatha often and often, your minds become more relaxed. We recognize that. Long as you meditate shamatha, even 10 minutes, focus with the object 10 minutes, you can release your thoughts. So if you stay longer, you can create your minds very peaceful. So we recognize that, right? And you used to that, you are very strong practitioner, then the distractions, problems, I think not affected to your mind. Use this shamatha meditation. Shamatha meditation, you use longer and longer, you are more used to, you are become good practitioner, then love, compassion is naturally arising because you really knowing samsaric beings are suffering. We are suffering, the lack of knowledge. That's why shamatha meditation bring wisdom, and you recognize all the beings are suffering because due to the like thoughts, emotion creating, and so we recognize how to release thoughts, emotions, but then all the samsaric beings not knowing how to use, the practice shamatha, release, transform the thoughts, emotions. So we knowing that, and then think about all other beings, naturally arise love and compassion. So shamatha meditation is a causes of love and compassion. So shamatha is, wisdom. Wisdom is a cause. Result is called method, love, and compassion. So that love, compassion become unconditional love is arising, not dependent love. And we think, without the shamatha vipassana meditation, the love, compassion also dependent love. Also, some love is, cause is attachment, and so the some connection is attachment there. So due to that you have love, due to that you have compassion for someone. Is you really love to root source. They have some, even not really gross level, still you have some attachment, and something expectation or rely on something connections there. So that's why that love, that is not unconditional love. So that's why unconditional love causes shamatha vipassana. So who practice shamatha vipassana, then arise unconditional love and arise unconditional compassion for others. Today we focus with the breath, mind resting with the breath. So breath is a treasure, very powerful object we have, but we don't use, usually we use. We really recognize we are foolish people. And we have a treasure, breath within ourselves, but we don't use. We wasting all our breath. And no, we using support the shamatha focus with the breath. We using our own, treasure object. Our own treasure object, what we have is breath. The breath is always with us. Within 24 hours, we have, breath with ourselves. And so when you want to meditate, breath is always there. Support is always there. So problem is we don't recognize what we have. Pressure, precious, what we have, we don't recognize. So you meditate, mind resting with the breath. We really recognize the breath is so powerful. So breath is like treasure. We recognize. So then the breath is always present. So meditation practice must be always present. So your mind is like thinking about yesterday, thinking about tomorrow, then not meditating. Meditation means like must be present. Okay, so you cannot breathe yesterday, you cannot breathe tomorrow. So when you breathe, your breath is present. Right now, right moment in there. So long as your mind is be with your breath is a support. And your mind cannot go jump to past, you cannot jump to future. Because breath hold you in the present. In the present moment. And then your mind be present moment, you can release all the thoughts. Long as no thoughts, no emotion arise, emotion also release. So long as your mind is resting with the breath, so you then your mind become more relaxed, and then goes more peaceful, then comes more happy, bliss, joy, and that all source causes is the breath. Focus with the breath. And then when we meditate shamatha, this focus with the breath, we have to keep little longer time. So this shamatha meditation focus with the breath and focus with the breath, mindful is slightly different. So mindful, meditation focus with the breath is a very gross level. So you use inhale, mind resting with inhale, mind resting with that. You recognize exhaling, inhaling, and mind resting with that. So that's is called mindful meditation focus with the breath. Because your mind is very gross level, your breath also very gross level. And shamatha, we need that first step. First step, we have to mind focus with the gross level breath. So that's mindful meditation. And then you relax your body, you relax your mind, your breath also go more subtle level. Your mind also comes more subtle. So mind goes subtle, and then your breath also not really exhale and inhale. So same is like the beach, waves like come out and then go back to the ocean. That same is like breath out and breathe in. We doing focus mind, resting with the resting with the breath is the mindful meditation. So then the water is calm down, not really like out and in, like waves come out, waves come in. Just water is a very relaxed, but still like subtle movement there. Like water just moving, but not really like shaking. And the water is moving, still moving. So then that means like your mind go more relaxed. Still you have a subtle level background thoughts. But you recognize you are meditating, you're still you sometimes analyzing, oh, I'm meditating, oh yeah, this is really nice, this peaceful. You knowing something, but it's still you analyzing many things. You're picking up yourself, like thinking about many things, but you recognize your mind is not really fixation, fixation to object or follow the object, but in the inner level, your mind still like, little bit movement. We have that when we meditate, like that's why in the Genji Mahamudra, the first, beginning meditator mind is the same as like river rushing down the gorges. And then second is like river, the Ganges river is like slowly moving, right? Big river is very slowly moving. So same, if you are in the middle level, you have a still subtle movement thoughts there, but you're not really shaking. You knowing that you have that, but then you're not really into the more subtle level, but still going on something. So that's why we really helps focus with the breath. Really helps the mindful same moment, like mind be with the focus with the breath. Focus with the breath is like very subtle level, movement. We don't have to do X here and in here. Someone look to you, so that person think you are not breathing, but you recognize you feeling breath is moving in all your channels. And so your mind resting with that, then that means your mind is more go subtle level. So that time then your mind breath is more connecting, merging kind of together, and then go more subtle level. Is actually your mind breath is inseparable. You really can see separate. Breath mind is joined together. So then that means like mind breath the reuniting, joined together. So that when you have that feeling, when we receive that experience, then we are really get experience shamatha meditation. So until that, we're not really going to hit into the point. Do you understand? Other all is called still gross level. So until that, like still you're like think about water, like you have a waves that release wave, but then still movement shaking, go that, and but then still later be movement, and then no more, nothing move, very stable, like same. When we meditated this shamatha goes more subtle level, then your mind, your breath is connecting together, it's inseparable. You don't recognize mind and breath is inseparate. It's become its oneness. So then that time we are really get the point of the shamatha, this focus with the breath. So until that we have to put effort. So each this level also have different experience, and you have different feelings. I mean, you have your own some, knowing, recognize experience. But until that subtle level, mind, breath is inseparably joined together, is reuniting. Until that state, we don't get still the highest level goal in this shamatha, focus with the breath. Do you understand? So long as you reach in that level, then that when is actually, when energy is can be anger, when energy is can be attachment, when it can be arise in the other like afflictive emotions, but no, the when is transformed into subtle mind nature is connecting together. So you cannot create all the emotions. No possible to emotion is arise because we source is stop. So that's I understand this shamatha meditation. I mean, the point. When we read this teaching, what we have in here slideshow yesterday I shared, in the Statue Meditation book, this is very simple, easy, but the practice, we reach in the subtle level, mind be in that state. That is the hardest. Okay, so then your mind, your breath is reuniting together in the subtle level. Then the wing and the mind is inseparable. Breath, wing, and mind is inseparable. That is can be arise in any yidam that you can visualize. That is can be arise. Then we can have ability to different yidam deity visualizing, self visualization, generation, or different like generation stage. We have different ways visualizing. That everything has become possible. Okay, so I think we enough that there. So now we go to here in this slideshow. Keep one's intention on the breath and out breath and the moment in between holding the breath. Use the breath as a point of reference to anchor your awareness and rest it there as long as possible. Watching the breath. So the watching mind focus resting with the breath. Shamata with the focus on the breath. The very definition of meditation is resting mind just as it is in its natural state, without being convoluted by concepts and projection of confusion. The purpose of meditation is to vanquish the conceptual tendency of the mind to grasp, grasp at rareness. So this is the important section here. The resting mind, just it is in the natural states. It's like your mind is focused with the breath. The mind will go to subtle level. Breath is a subtle level. Mind is going into its natural state. Without being convoluted by concepts and projection of confusion. So then also purpose of meditation is to vanquish the conceptual tendencies. So we all try to vanquish all the release or despair or purify all the conceptual tendency of mind to grasp at a rareness. So we have very strong fixation to all the object or the appearances. So that's why we using this meditation really helps release all the mind to grasp at a rareness. Shamata without focus on the breath. So this last one is another level. So the first we have to meditate, practice shamatha, focus with the breath. And now we're going to, here is meditate together. So sit correctly and so now we're going to do meditating also mind for a little bit body meditation, then go into focus with the breath. So mind for this body meditation always helps like step to go into the shamatha meditation. So focus on your crown, Mind resting. Close eye. So this one we have to close eye. Focus on your forehead. Focus on your eye. Today we do the both just eye. Mind resting. Focus on your nose. Focus on your ears. Focus on your mouth. Focus on your throat. Focus on your heart. Focus on your whole body. No, focus on your breath. Recognize your body, you are breathing, and mind resting on your breath. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about waking up from samadhi. Okay, so now we go to here. Uh, rest in mind without placing intention on an object, such as watching the breath, abiding in awareness just as it is. So this is the last section, Shamata. We don't use any support object. So when we focus with the mind object, focus mind breath, then your mind is already peaceful and stable. So without any using, you can actually take out from your mind can take out from the object. Focus with the breath and focus with the object. So same is like the drone camera, drone camera take out the take off from the land, like go, without the support, to fly up. Similar, so I think mine we don't use any support, just mine is take out from the focus with the object and the breath, and then so same is so I want to share with you the example, right? So example is to say drone camera, when you take out, fly up in the space, but then you're not really taking any pictures, no using, but it's drone cameras up space. Similar, so your mind is already left from the focus with the object breath, and then just mind be up there in the space, but still not really looking to your nature. And the same is like camera, no, the drone camera is up space, but not turning to yourself to taking picture yourself. So turning drone cameras, taking picture yourself, that similar means like seeing your own. So it is called go to the vipassana. Vipassana is a seeing ourselves own. Is we have to seeing our own mind. So drone camera land the ground and up space, but then drone camera is there, but just then not really turning to yourself to taking pictures. So similar, this last one is you don't use any focus object, but your mind is be there, but it's still not really looking to your own nature. Do you understand? So you have ability to you up there without shaking, because we already meditator means like first focus with object, focus with the breath, so mind is already relaxed, peaceful, stable, so ability to without a support. So that is a testing, actually your mind is without a support, you have ability or not. So now we don't use any object. So you without using any support, your mind is just be the like hanging there, kind of is not create thoughts, but not still looking onto your own nature. So that is called in this last section shamatha. It's between the shamatha and vipassana, the middle of the actually the kind of joining together. So long as you have ability to mind take off from the supports, it's your still your mind, no follow the thoughts, no create a conceptual areas, it's stably be there, then you have ability to look into yourself. So the drone camera is like, of course, first have the ability to flew up, and then slowly turning to we use drone camera and taking picture ourselves. Similar, then your mind take off from the focus object and up there, be there, and then you looking to yourself, like drone camera turning to yourself. Similarly, your mind using awareness, looking to yourself. So that is called vipassana. Then going to vipassana. Is this one is the last one is like vipassana shamatha. The between is like it's bridge together. So that's why the last section here says like without placing intention in objects such as watching the breath, abiding awareness just as it is. So in this level, someone who knows how to meditate, the Mahamudra, they directly go into Mahamudra, like special insight meditation. So someone who don't have the instructions, Vipassana Mahamudra, then the mind just be in there with awareness, but still not really looking to itself. Do you understand or no? Okay, so looks like everyone okay. So then Shamatha, I have to share again the screen. Without focus on the breath, whatever arises, just rest in empty nature, not getting caught up in fixating on emptiness or fixating on clarity. When thoughts arise, cut through it immediately by resting empty nature. Okay, so that section is just we is in this section is shamatha, but it's the many these teachings mixed together. The shamatha vipassana, the words is like also sometimes this vipassana mahamudra, the words exactly same is in the vipassana. So this is actually in the mahamudra meditation practice. So the point is the practitioner meditators, the shamatha is mahamudra. Mahamudra is a shamatha, like they bring the oneness together. So that's why they use these words like together. So that's my understand. Actually, of course, like really beginner level, and they have like step by step different words. But then the good meditator practitioner is shamatha mahamudra is just become one, not separate. That's why all these words is actually mahamudra meditation. So whatever arises, it just rest in empty. So whatever thoughts arise, mind just go back to into empty nature, not getting caught up in fixating on emptiness or fixating on clarity. So when thoughts arise, cut through it immediately by resting empty nature. So that's the method is when we meditating, like thoughts, emotion arise, we just have to release it itself and go back to our own nature. Then shamatha shine is a peaceful abiding, not convoluted by busy network of thoughts and concepts. So meditation with reference point to focal object, meditation beyond reference, that's not important. Here, focus on concentration, relaxation. So these two actually they're separate. We say like focus, concentration, relaxation. This two is actually when we meditate, the body posture and the mind body how to be during the meditation. So actually, it's not separate than focus with object, focus with breath. So this actually helps like all the meditations, like how to be our body, how to be our own mind. So that's the instruction. Focus on concentration. So this is like someone who has so much foggy, dullness mind, and then that person need like more concentration, means like you have tight up, sit with a strict posture and expert subtle breath, sharpen your awareness, resolve not to allow thoughts of 3 times, past, present, future. So this we have to create ourselves a commitment, and also body postures have to tight up, not to loose, not to relax. the mind also become tied up and really watch to our own mind, not let arise thoughts, not follow the past, present, and the future thoughts. Rest instead of clarity and emptiness. Mind just resting. Cut through all the movement of thoughts. We have to cut through, like very sharper mind. This also good for the beginner meditators. So otherwise, thoughts arise, we don't recognize thoughts. And also there's sometimes like background subtle movement, and we don't recognize. That's why we have to cut through all movement of thoughts. It's create a very sharp mind. So that's the we call the here is the concentration is tight up. Body and the mind both are tight up. The reason is because sometimes too loose, body too loose, you can force it. Mind too loose, create a thought, and that's why. Then relaxation is not for everyone that concentration is works. So some need more relaxation. When meditating, focus on concentration, and you get restless or grow weary, or when mind gets over stimulated, so then you get more. If you too much concentrate, you're tired. It's also like maybe more distractions. So then if you have that problem, relaxation, your body and mind, and let yourself rest naturally. Within this state, if concepts or emotion or poison arise, immediately cut through them. So we have to cut through, of course, thoughts, emotions. So then if subtle background movement of mind, of course, do not try to repress this. Just let it settle into its own state. So the point is like when we have the subtle background movement, so you recognize mind. Of course, means like we look to the water. Water is still like little bit, moving. So similarly, mind is there, but it's still, subtle background movement. The still subtle level thoughts. So then we no need to try very hard to release that. Then more resting, more try to rest, and more relax. That really helps the subtle background movement release. Just let it settle into its own state. The trick for beginner is too many sections of short directions. And we beginner meditator, we have to create many sections, short time. So that helps for the no wasting time. Usually people, when meditate and then thoughts arise, no recognized thoughts. So follow the thoughts, cultivating thoughts, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or follow the thoughts. So it's wasting lots of time. So that's why beginner, very hard to recognize thoughts. That's why make short time that helps you no wasting long time. But this can be also sometimes distraction too. If you create too much, many sections, short directions. So that's you have to know. You have to create a longer section or short sections. Sometimes we need longer sections, sometimes short sections. So that's you have to recognize yourself. These are the traditional oral instructions. And then if you concentrate too long, there is a danger of causing agitation and overstimulation. If you relax too long, there is a danger of falling into laxity, dullness, and lethargy. Practice should be tailored to suit individual nature and constitution. So this is the just, is instruction method. We have to recognize which way is suited for us. We need relaxation more, or we need, tight concentration more. So these two, we have to recognize what we have to apply. Then another is like due to individual's constitution, the body element, That's why some need like concentration, some need relaxation. But sometimes like our body also change. Like morning need more relaxation, evening need more concentration. So each meditation always we have sometimes like different experience. That's why we have to recognize this. Have to know just information. I mean the instruction. Then a person with predominantly earth element constitution were tend towards lethargy and dullness, and thus may have trouble with clarity of awareness. So it's some people has earth element is too strong. Uh, so then that due to that we have more lethargy and dullness. So we have a hard to seeing clear nature ripa. So no recognize awareness hard to recognize. So that's why we uh, so in this case we need more concentration. See this we should focus more on concentration. And then another hand, person with the predominantly wind element constitution. So we're leaned towards monkey minds. There's also sometimes our mind is a monkey mind. And excitation and our stimulation. So much thoughts create. He or she could focus more on relaxation. So body need more relax, mind need more relax, because our wing element too strong, and then mind is speed is so fast, same as a monkey, crazy monkey. If we have that problem, we need more focus on more relaxation. If we do not understand the key point of balance, the extremes, so this like key point when we meditate, we have to use which is like important. Of lethargy and overstimulation, we run the risk of meditating incorrectly. Uh, so, so that's the instruction of the Shamata. This last section, what I share is, when we focus with the breath, focus with the object, so we how to like we need it more tight up or more relaxed. So that's we have to know which is we have to apply. Not always the same. When we meditate, sometimes like we really need to tight up. Sometimes we really need to relax. And some people always need to relax. Some people always need to tight up. Some people always have to this two, go back and forth to change. So you have to know that what you are. You are crazy monkey. So more relaxation apply, okay? You are so much sleepy guys, boys, girls, boys. So you have more apply, more, is concentration, tight up. So that's the instruction. And then shamatha meditation is not that hard, but it's the important is we have to know this relaxation and concentration. And then also we have to know how many sections, like 1 hour you wanted to do 1 hour just straight all the way to finish, or you want to just 10 minutes break up. So that's also you have to know. In the beginner, we have to short section is better, but if you that means like don't get up from your cushion, sitting in your cushion, but after 10 minutes you can drink water, or you just like body sometimes like move, breathe, and then go back to meditate. If you get up from your cushion, then very hard to go back again, and you lose also your your mind. I mean, when you meditate, you have some uh, peaceful appearances. You lose that, you don't want to come back. So that's why stay in the cushion is better. If you kept going more longer, it's much benefit, because then you feel more connections. So short section is a really beginner need. Not recommend, like, if you meditate a long time ready, no need to create short sections. And then when you finish meditation, so we always, the post meditation is when you have really good experience within yourself, then you do the post meditation. Pause means stop. Okay? Don't stop when your mind is still thoughts, still like no, you feel peaceful. If you stop that, and then very hard to go back to meditate again. So then you create like bad habituate. You don't have like enthusiasm, like happily wanted to go to meditate because you stop always wrong section. So that's why we have to stop. Is like when you have good feelings. Example, you're going to 20 minutes meditate, when 19 minutes already, so you have really good, peaceful, and then you can stop there. If you get into 20, but still your mind is not peaceful, step kept going. Another like extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, what do you have to eat? Until you feel more peaceful connections. So when you have good connection, peaceful, relax, and mind stay calm, and then also some feeling is like joy, something you feel good with, positive, then you can stop. So that create good habituate that helps you become your more connection to the meditate. Okay, so that's the today with instruction, or we finish everything there too. Thank you everyone. Tashi Delek. And have to do the dedication. Dorjen Chang, Telopa, Naropa, Marpa, Malarepa, Dharma Lord Gambopa, Pamotropa, Lord Digompa, please bestow upon us most auspicious bless over Kaju Lamas. By this virtue may achieve emanations, by defeating all enemies, confusion, may all who travels on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent, precious mind, where it is unborn may it arise, where it is born may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray the Lama may have good health. I pray the Lama may have a long life. I pray that your Dharma activity is separate, far and wide. I pray that I may not be separate from you. As Manjushri the Vero realized automic state, and as did Shamata, but I will follow in the path and fully dedicate all merit for sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the Tirikayas, by the blessing of the true of unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I shall bear fruit. By the virtue collected in 3 times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the inner rule of virtue, may and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of Guru Digompa Ranashir, who is omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation, until the end of the samsara. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum Ru. So then next week is Kenshin Rinpoche sharing the teaching. So please join that. He's a very special teacher. So very good opportunity to we have received teaching from him. And everybody try to join his teaching. And he shared the Saturday, Sunday, 2 days in the Gadroma, Dayton, Ohio. And then am going to India this tomorrow, so I'll be there almost 2 months, and so hopefully I can share the teaching continually during I will be India. So they're very hard to connect with the Wi-Fi, I heard. So hopefully everything good. So we see. And then also when I'll be India, we have a big teachings, transmissions from Holiness Digong Jamgon. So during that time also I have opportunity to mandala offerings, so offering donations. If anyone wanted to so join that part also, you can have a opportunity too. And so everything to your heart, and so just connection also important too. And then so we have to thank you to Chinese Sangha's Shirap translator. He translated I think over almost 2 years, I think. So please also donation to his translating. Very important. We have a very good opportunity. He have helped us translating. So the spirit dharma sharing, you have opportunity to hear the teaching because due to his kindness. And also thanks to Shirap and Tashidele, everyone. And then anything else?
Have a good trip, Kempola.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Tashidele.
Thank you, Kempo. We do have links in the
Okay, what are you, Debbie, say?
we have links.
You're muted, Debbie. You're muted.
Thanks, Raul. We have links in the chat room for anyone who would like to make those donations that Kempo mentioned. One is for the mandala offering, and then there's a second link to support some of the needs for Kempo so that we can continue these teachings while he's there in India. So thank you, everyone. Thanks, Kempo. Thank you.
Tashidele, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Debbie organizers. See you tomorrow. See you. Bye.
Thank
you very much, Kempola. Have a great trip.
you,
Muchas
Michelle, Raul,
gracias.
Debbie, all organizers, Amanda. Thank you.
Beautiful trip.
Gracias, Sangha.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You
Send us
and
blessings from India.
organizers. Thank you, translator.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.